Alright gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here in Calmlands. It is October, and we have basically no money at all. I've really put us in a pickle once again. I tend to do that every season, it seems, or every year here in the game. I've put us in a pickle that we're gonna have to try to get out of once again. Today we have $53 to our name. But that's okay. We're going to get some of that money back. It's not a big deal. First of all, we're going to get some money back here from the silage that we're going to be selling. And we also have some other things we're going to be selling today as well. For whatever reason, I cannot get this to unload. I don't know why. Now today, another busy day ahead of us. Real busy, honestly. Why are we not... what is going on here? Why am I not able to unload this? What's going on here? Weird. Okay. Anyway, today's going to be a busy day again, is what I'm trying to get at. We have both the corn and the sunflower fields are ready to harvest. We do not have a header for be able to harvest those at current. So we're going to have to do something with that. It might mean selling some stuff when it's not the best time to sell them, but that's okay. We can do that as well. We also have a bunch of grass that we were storing for the sheep. And we need to get the straw up off the ground. And to get that straw up off the ground, we've got to get the grass out of the forage wagon, loading wagon, right? So... bit of a issue there as well, right? We're going to figure out what we're going to do. I think what we're going to end up doing is turning off the actual silage pole and just store the grass in there. That, or maybe the silo will allow us to put the grass in there. I'm not sure if it will or not. I have yet to test that. I would assume it does, because I'm pretty sure the straw can be stored in there. But we'll test it out, right? We'll see. Figure out if that's the best option for us or not. We have a couple pallets here of fine salt, I believe, that we can sell as well. The best price was last month, so it should still be a pretty good price. So we'll be selling those today as well, which hopefully will get us back in a little bit more of a comfortable spot. Obviously, $50 is not a comfortable spot to be in, right? So we need to do a second application of fertilizer on the grass field, or what's remaining of the grass field. We also need to clean that area up a little bit, as we kind of messed it up a little bit with our lime production. We've got we got a ton of pallets over there. They're going to be best to sell around the December month, so they probably are an okay price now too. So we can look into that. We need to do a second application of fertilizer in both the canola fields that we drilled in the last episode. So another very, very busy day today. Now, the corn and the sunflowers. We don't have to harvest both of them today. At least we shouldn't have to harvest both of them today. They should be fine to stay for one more month, because they do have a 2-month... Well, let me get out of this really quick. They do have a 2-month harvesting cycle. So there you can see 4 down corn, harvest now or in November. So I'd like to harvest at least one of them today, but if we can't get to both, that's okay. At least we'll have something to do in November as well, right? The winter months are a little bit... slower, right? We've mentioned that a number of times. You've seen that a number of times. There's not as much to do. We can mow the grass at least one time, certainly, but other than that, there's not going to be a whole lot to do in the winter months. Just plowing up the fields, getting the grocks up, etc. Just taking care of all that, really, and then selling a bunch of stuff, right? That's a big selling period of time for us. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. I am doing this video, well, not back-to-back immediately, but same day that I did the previous one-tile challenge. It's on a Saturday, specifically. Yeah, I mean, things are good, right? I talked about it a lot in the last episode, so I won't talk about it again today, but as good as they can be. I think I say that every episode. Things are as good as they can be, but it's the one way you have to look at life, right? You gotta try to be positive when things aren't going your way. All right, so we've got this, and then we've got maybe one more trip, which is there's not much in there at all. Might not even be worth doing, but we'll take a look. Now, there's another option we can do, and I was kind of spoiled it a little bit there when I went into the menu and it did the autosave. I was looking at the prices of some of our equipment. I'm not sure we're going to do it. As a matter of fact, I don't think we will. But in the used market, there is the exact tractor we have right now for $24,000. We could sell the one we have now, make probably $10,000 bucks. Might be a smart thing to do, but at the same time, then you have to service it, and it's going to require service a lot more than this one is. So I don't think we're going to do that today. I need to flood that field. I haven't flooded it for the last couple of episodes because that's what we've been kind of utilizing. You know, the crawfish are swimming around in there, right? So we probably need to flood that for them. Kind of had other fish to fry, if you will, and kind of slipped my mind on doing that. So we probably should do that today, because that is a quick thing to do. I might need to move some more of those pallets around. We saw in the last episode, right? It was full pretty quickly, so it might be full again. Matter of fact, we can probably figure that out here. Yeah, the flour is full again. So we need to move some stuff around there. I wish there was a little bit more space there in the outgoing. It might mean we need to upgrade that later on. Right now, that was really all we could afford, but perhaps later on we can get a bigger one that may have a little bit more storage to it. I don't know for sure if they do or not. I just assume they would. Found out in the Vintage Survival series, found out a bit of an issue. I'm not sure if it works the same here. I'm assuming it does. Those mills, they just share, or they just take from any silo. So, like, we have rice in that silo. If that had the ability to do rice flour in that mill, we could literally just take the rice. It would just take the rice directly out of our silo if we have it turned on. So, a little weird that it does that, but we just have to, you know, deal with it, I suppose, and it'll be alright. It'll be alright. It's just a little weird to get used to. Didn't actually realize that was happening. Now, our road salt production, they might need some more additive and or water. I haven't really checked that in a while, so we probably should check that. Let's go ahead and dump that. Let's check that. They do. They need road salt additive. We do not have any road salt additive at current. So we're going to have to buy some of that to continue this process. Why are we not unloading here? What's going on? What is going on here? Why are we not just fully dumping this in here? What happened? Maybe I was right on the edge of the trigger and I didn't like it. I guess that's what it was. Okay, so the coarse salt's in there. We just got to take care of that road salt. We'll try to do that, but that is, honestly, it's a lower priority for me right now. So if we don't get it done today, it can be done in the next episode too. So we got $5,000. That's not a ton of money. Not a ton of money at all, right? We've got to get a header to be able to harvest these fields. Now, to harvest these fields, realistically, I don't necessarily know if I want the really small header we're utilizing in the Vintage Survival series. I'm not sure that's the one I want. And by not sure, I'm pretty positive that's not the one I want. I'm going to have to think about that one a little bit more, I think. How I want to do that, what I want to do about that. Also, for the second application of fertilizer that we're going to do here for these two fields, we're going to need more fertilizer too, right? And that's another expense. It's a very expensive expense. So we don't have a whole lot of money. So in the last episode, we were able to... Oh, I thought I was going to be all right. I completely forgot how heavy these things were. The last episode, we were able to... Uh-oh. The last episode, we were able to scrounge by with the fertilizer that we had, right? There might be some in the planter that maybe we could utilize, but I would suspect it's going to be... Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that happened. There's water splashing happening when we get into the salt marsh. That's kind of cool. I did not expect that to happen. Anyway, whoa! I definitely should have hooked something up to the back of this, but we're already this far along. We're just going to go for it. Yeah, so we're going to have to figure that out, right? We're going to have to figure out the header. Man, there's a lot of stuff we got to figure out. Before we move on here, while this is all selling, I want to see canola oil. It's pretty good right now, actually. It's better next month by about $70-ish, $75, I guess. I'm not that concerned about that. I'm actually willing to probably just take the little bit of the loss there because we have so much in there and make us some money now, get us in a better spot. Similar for the flour, right? Similar. I think we're going to. I think we're just going to... Yeah, I think we're going to. I think we're going to just sell them as they are currently. That means we'll be able to have enough money to hopefully move to the next stage of the house, get enough fertilizer to do the second application that we need to do in all these fields, and maybe, just maybe, have enough to buy a bigger header than the one we're utilizing in the Vintage series. Yeah, I think this is a smart thing for us to do here. It's going to take us a while to do all this, because there's quite a lot over there. I'm going to take the pallet of wool over here as well, real quick. Because it's on the way anyway. Well, kind of on the way. I could go that way and around and it would be slightly faster, but I'm not that concerned about that, so let's go ahead and do this. Speaking of the house, I actually haven't even looked at the house to see what it needs. I have no clue what the next stage is. I think we're going to do that before we start doing this, actually, because I'll probably just throw a little mini time-lapse in to get all of that sold, because that's just going to be the easiest way to do it. Let's look at the house here and see what we need next. See, planks long. There's only 1,000 liters of planks long is all that's required. It actually looks like it's almost done inside. Can't get in there yet. I still would suspect there's going to be some prefab walls that are required, but maybe I'm wrong. It's looking pretty close to being done. Real close to being done. All right, let's get these things sold. Again, it's not the best time to sell them, but we still have plenty in storage, right? So we're going to make a lot more. How fast this is going, and we're trying to keep it limited anyway, right? So this will help us offset that a little bit, if you will. Whoops. That went well. That went really well, Z. Good job, buddy. All right, I'm gonna get this taken care of. Let's go sell all this. All right, we're going to stop it right there. I'm going to leave the rest of it for the remainder. We made a lot of money there, a lot more than I was expecting to make, honestly, and there's still a good amount in there, right? So there's not really any flour left in there, but we've got 10,000 liters of wheat that it's going to chew through, and then a bunch more canola, right? So I'm perfectly fine leaving it at that, and then the rest of that we can sell when it's the best time to sell it. That gets us to a little bit more of a comfortable spot, and hopefully we'll be able to accomplish everything that I just talked about without any true harm or issues whatsoever, I guess I should say. First thing, let's go ahead and get the house going to the next step, and then I'm going to go get some fertilizer, and then we're going to look up there while we're up there, I guess I should say, to see if we can find a header. It means we are going to bring the harvester up there. I think the harvester or getting close at least to needing some gas anyway, so it's probably a good time for us to go up there. Now we could put down something on the actual farm here, or the land here, for gas, but for the time being, I'm okay with just getting it up there. It was planks long, right? Yeah, planks long. That's what I thought. Good. Not sure how many more stages we got here, but like I said, it's looking pretty close to being done here, gang. The internal, the doors. That's pretty much it. All right, I'll get some fertilizer. I'm going to go up to the shop and take a look and see if I can find anything from a header perspective for the sunflowers and the corn. And we'll go from there. All right, we bought something here, gang. We spent all the money to do so, but we bought this Ziegler, which is fantastic. It's like a 5-ish meter width, which is really what I want. That's about the same width as our current cereal crop harvester header, so that's gonna be perfect. And we're heading back here with the rice saplings. Remember, we bought extra rice saplings in the last time that have been sitting up there for quite a while. And then a bag of fertilizer, or a box of fertilizer, pallet of fertilizer, however you want to say it. Probably should have bought 2, but one will be sufficient for now, I think. Well, actually, now that I say that, it may not be, right? Because we've got fields to drill today. This is gonna be another long episode, man. We haven't even got started on picking up all the straw and stuff that we need to do. Well, there goes that. And then we need to plow it, and then drill it, and all. I mean, there's a lot to do here, gang. If I'm honest, there is a lot to do. As a matter of fact, we might not end up getting both of them drilled in this episode. It might just be one, because we've already spent a long time. Don't sell them again, Z. I almost sold those again. I'm sure somebody was already yelling at me in the comments about that. The first time we did rice, I drove right through the sell point and sold some of the rice saplings. Anyway, this at least gets us to the next step here, right? I'm gonna put them. They're probably in the way, but I'm gonna put them right here for the time being. Until we move them. We've got the seeds over there, too, that also need to be moved, right? So, but until all that happens, we're going to stick them there. I'm going to put a worker set off on doing some of this fertilizing. It's probably not the smartest thing to do, but we're going to have to utilize a worker here. I need some help at this point. We've got a lot to do, and I need help to get it all done today. The worker's going to be done with this very quickly. We know that, but that's okay. Okay, so let's get that set here. Boom. Go ahead, worker. We'll jump into the Fiat here. We'll hook up to that. I need to turn off the fermenter here. Turn that off. Turn that on. Nope. Those are all off already. Okay. All right. Grass activate. It's just storing. That's all we want. The straw is on selling, which I'm fine with. We can stay on selling for all I care. Let's go ahead and start picking up all of this straw. So I just realized something. I was not really thinking this through. This is a mower forge wagon combo. I don't believe we can pick up straw with this. Shit. I completely forgot about that. Well, shit. Okay. I guess we're just going to have to plow the straw in. That's unfortunate. I was wanting to get a little bit of money out of it. It looks like that's not going to happen. We don't have the money to do it right now. Maybe if I sold what was remaining in our mill, maybe we could get there. Maybe. But I doubt it. I bet we couldn't. Damn. And I also thought of another idea anyway, so I think what I'm going to do, and this might not be the smartest idea, but I'm going to probably do it anyway. We're going to plow up the one field. We're going to leave the other one for the time being. Once we harvest the corn here, I think I'm going to combine this field and this field here and make it one big field. Is it too large for the planter? Yeah, probably. Probably. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think it matters too much. I think it'll be okay. We got so much going on anyway, I think it'll be okay. Alright, I'm going to put it on a worker. Let's go grab this. Get the other field fertilized. We'll get the harvester out, and we're going to start harvesting one of the corn or the sunflower. I think I'm going to do the sunflower first, because we do have a location to put the sunflowers in to make sunflower oil, right? We don't have anywhere specifically right now for the corn. We have some ideas that I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to spoil them. But, yeah. Hold on a second. I gotta move the planter out of the way. I mean, the planter's in the way so I can get the harvester out. And the drill. Well, no, I don't need to move. I guess the drill's fine, right? Because we put the harvester header, the cereal crop harvester header behind it. So yeah, the drill's fine. Yeah, let's get the planter out of the way. We can get the harvester out. I can put this back on a worker, and we can get going. Yeah, this will work. This will work. All right, we are done. Not too bad. It worked out really well. I was a little concerned that maybe it wouldn't work, but it did work fine, so that's good for us. Decent harvest out of this. We've got a lot of rocks to get rid of out of this, but that can be done here in the future. Let's unload the rest of the sunflowers here, and then we can go ahead and take these sunflowers to the mill. I've got the worker already started on getting up all of the rocks from the field that was just plowed. That field still needs to be drilled today. We need to at least have one wheat or barley field at a bare minimum in the ground. And if we don't do it today, we're not going to be able to do it this season. So it needs to be done. So we're trying to get all those rocks up first. That way we have a little bit of extra lime, hopefully, that we can utilize for that same field too. Speaking of that, I don't know if this field needs lime or not. I would assume it does. Actually, it doesn't. It says it doesn't. So that's good for us, actually, I guess, right? Probably because we did it recently, right? Didn't we do it recently? I think we did. Yeah, we did it recently. So looks like it's going to be okay. Maybe it will tomorrow. Maybe it will next time. But I guess we'll find that out too, right? All right, so we've got the sunflowers in there. So let's make sure that that is turned on. I think we have it on, but let's just make sure we do have it on. Okay, good. So we're going to be making a lot of stuff out of this mill here, so it's going to be some good money for us, hopefully. We got the harvest done before the rain got here, which was really one of the most important portions of that. I wanted to make sure we got as much of a yield as we can. Now, hopefully it's just rain and doesn't turn into hail, because we don't really want to lose any of that yield from that cornfield either. All right, we took back over here for the worker just to try to finish up the remainder of this. It's not a huge field. It won't take us too long to get this plus the drilling done. Now, what are we going to put in here? Yeah, I'm really impartial. I'm kind of thinking wheat, which I know that sounds crazy, but I'm kind of thinking wheat just to make sure we have a little bit for the chickens here. I think we still have some, but if it is holding true here as well, where the mill is just taking whatever it wants from the silo, then we might not, right? We might not eventually, I guess I should say. I mean, we have plenty of wheat, I guess, in the mill. So I guess it's not terrible, but yeah, I have to think about it, I guess. And if I want to do wheat or not. Barley would be the better yielding, better paying crop. Actually, 558, maybe it wouldn't. I always thought, why do I always get barley confused? It's like the same price. I don't know why I always think oat is the lowest for some reason. I don't know why I always think that. I always think that. I always say it to you guys. I feel like in FS22 it was. It probably wasn't, but I just feel like it was for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, all the rocks are up. We just got to do the drilling here, and then we'll be in a good spot. We got a lot done today, a lot more than I expected to get done. It is another long episode, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine doing long episodes as long as we're making really good progress, which I feel like we are here. I take a couple steps forward, one step back, couple steps forward, one step back. That's just the way that this has been working. This series has been working, but I think it's for the best, right? I think it's for the best. We wanted to make sure that this was difficult. We wanted to make sure it was a long series, and we're certainly making it that way, right? And we're introducing and utilizing a whole lot of different productions and items that I normally wouldn't use, right? I normally wouldn't do a lime production like this. I wouldn't normally even worry about stones, right? But we are. Alright, so let's hook up to this here. And I think we're going to do wheat. I think I've made the decision to do wheat. Might need to give myself a little bit more space there for this drill. That's alright. And we're underway. We're going to have to roll this too, but I might skip the rolling on this one if I'm honest. In the last episode, we started doing the rolling, but I didn't really show any of it to you on camera. I did the rolling for most of the fields. I think I missed a couple of little tiny spots, but most of the fields themselves were all rolled properly. So, yeah. I'm going to put a worker on this, and we're going to leave the episode at this point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate a smash on the subscribe button and a like. Both of those things help me out an absolute ton. Discord's down below if you want to be joining that and sharing your progress if you're doing this series, or if you just want to have conversations, discuss, whatever it may be. It's all down there. Members links down there if you want to become a member, get early access to videos like this one, among a number of other perks. I don't know what the worker is doing here. Whatever. He's doing some weird, crazy S's, and I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support, man. We're at 7,500 subscribers already. I feel like just the other day I said we hit 7,000, and we're... What are you doing, worker? What is he doing? Okay, I think he's got it figured out now. I don't know what he was doing. Anyway, we hit 7,500 subscribers, which is insane, man. I cannot thank each and every single one of you enough. It really means the world. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And until next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.